Hello everyone, myself Fahim Ramesh and my teammates are Ayan Aditi. Today we are here to interview 5 people to observe their tax awareness. Let's watch the interview first and then move to analyze our observation on the interview. Thank you.
Okay, so sir, I am here to ask you the questions regarding the income tax. So the first question is, what documents you are required to file income tax?
File an income tax return is actually based on documents that have to prove your tax details. For example, if you are going to claim deductions on any of your investments or any kind of such things, then you have to show the proof of those investments, like maybe you have invested in a government bond, or maybe you have an insurance policy agreement. So when you file your returns, you have to give these source documents as proof.
So sir, do we need any personal documents? Sure.
Personal documents like your identification documents and things. No, I don't know whether those things are required. Basically, your personal identification required by the income tax department is a PAN card, right? And your voter's ID card. The PAN card actually links your bank account with the government, so that actually gives a track record of all your transactions. I don't know whether there is any other kind of personal documents required for income tax filing.
So the next question is, what is TDS and income tax?
TDS and income tax is actually a situation where the tax is deducted from the source of income before this income is passed on to the beneficiary. So if you have an income beyond a particular level, then it is the responsibility of the person providing you, usually the employee, to actually deduct the tax from the source and then give the remaining part. And the person is actually getting the income should actually submit a TDS form which is given to him by the employer for claiming the tax benefit.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am here to ask some questions regarding taxation and regarding the income tax. So, have you ever looked for extra information or help to better compare your tax responsibilities? And if yes, which resources were the most beneficial to you?
Yes, I have looked into my tax. We have a CA in our family, so he takes care of our taxes and everything. So I have not personally went ahead. We get the information that we have to pay this much and he takes care of it. I do not personally go deep dive into it, but he takes care of our taxes and everything.
And another question, like, what strategies do you think could raise tax awareness among the general public?
Pay your tax on time.
Thank you.
So good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am here to ask you questions on the awareness of the tax.
You are welcome.
So my first question is, how to save from income tax?
So, tax liability can be saved by joining several schemes. So, for example, Section 80C under Chapter 6A of the Indian Tax Act, you can save tax by availing benefit of Section 80C to 80U. For example, Section 80C. Under Section 80C, an individual can deduct up to ₹1,50,000 gross domestic income. Then again, under Section 80D, you can join health insurance scheme. Any premium paid to insure the health of an individual, assessing himself or any member of his family qualifies for deduction under Section 80D. That up to ₹50,000. So there are several other schemes. Again, you can avail the benefit under Section 24. Suppose you want to construct a residential house for self-occupation, you can borrow money from a bank and interest paid on such a loan is deductible under Section 80C up to ₹2 lakh. So that way you can minimize or you can keep your tax liability to the minimum. So there are several other schemes which I don't want to mention. Okay. All these benefits are available or deductions are available under Chapter 6A of the Indian Tax Act. Okay, not that housing loan.
Yes.
Okay, other things. Section 80C to 80U. Next question.
So my next question is, what strategies do you think one should enhance in the tax awareness in the general public?
So, In fact, what is happening in India is that only 5% of the total population pays income tax. Unlike many advanced countries or developed countries, in developed countries, almost everybody, if you have the income, you have to pay income tax. So here what is happening is that only a minority of the total population pay income tax. So we have to, or the government has to ensure that everybody, at least a sizable percentage of the total population pays income tax, so that the liability of honest taxpayers can be reduced. If everybody pays tax, then the tax liability or rate of tax can be brought down. So this, a lot of awareness campaigns have already been initiated, launched by central government and income tax department. In spite of all this, people are still not willing to pay tax. So the government must take adequate measures to ensure that people are paying tax. If you have taxable income, then you should pay tax.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Good evening. Today I am here to ask some questions regarding on tax. So, ma'am, how do you usually prepare for tax season, and do you feel well informed tax this process?
Yes, I am informed, and I do prepare it like in the beginning of the year, or you can say before beginning of the year itself, where I will plan what or how to save, where to invest, and save in the sense of what are the like ETC and all, where I can save my tax, and how like the basic things that we know, the taxable income and all those things, and what are the sources of income, everything like what we have studied like in my graduation. And since now I am working, so I know where and how the income can be saved and what are the rules of the government, and accordingly we are planning it.
And last one more question. What do you believe are the most critical piece of knowledge that every taxpayer should possess?
See, the thing is, every year you will see some sort of changes that happen, that the government will going to bring in the system. And to keep it updated by each and every individual is to bring awareness through some sort of awareness campaigns or something like that, especially at the universities, okay, where maybe the first year students are the right people, so that every year such kind of campaign should happen, and where they will understand it, how it is and where it is. Every offices, even people sometimes they do not aware about it, how to do, what to do, or what to do. They just give it their details or documents to their CA and something, and then they will do it. Because, and however, the thing is, we can also do that, find the tax online also, but people do not aware about it, or they do not know, they do hesitate about it. So such type of small trainings should be given either by the offices, the employers, from the side of employers, so that they can give them proper guidance how they can utilize the money in a proper way, and to support the government.
So, Varun, how would you rate your understanding of various benefits and credits available to taxpayers, and including education credits or earned income tax credits?
Okay, so as long as I'm aware, my accountant informed me that as I'm a 20-year-old and I have a business of my own, the only tax benefit schemes that I can avail is, one is ELSS fund scheme, in which we can invest. So basically what happens in an ELSS fund is the amount that you have to pay as tax to the government, you can invest that in a mutual fund scheme which is governed by the government only. So you invest in that, so you can basically avoid paying tax. It is under the deduction scheme. And the other one is pension fund scheme, in which I invest right now, and later at point of life when I'll be reaching my old age, I'll be getting pension fund and benefits of that sort. So these are the only deduction schemes that I avail, and nothing else.
The insight which I got from taking the interview of the different persons, so I thought that they have a good knowledge of taxation and what all returns they have to pay, and more about that is the person which I took the interview was well aware about the documents that have been required for the tax pay, and that person was able to know the details and everything about the personal documents that he requires to pay, and they also know about the TDS, which is an important part of tax. Thank you.
So believe that the reasonable understanding of the tax laws, people are willing to respect the tax system more. Consequently, they are more compliant to pay the tax instead of evading the tax. Taxation has both favorable and unfavorable effect on the distribution of income and wealth. Whether tax reduce or increase, income inequality depends upon the nature of the taxes.
The outcome